What if your mornings could be inspiring and ridiculously fun?
Kindness Rising isn't just a show, it's a full wake-up vibe.
It's freaking fun, people.
Yeah, man, it's got real get after it energy.
I love it.
Wake up with Kindness Rising.
I help purpose-driven people grow their impact. 5-ingredient recipe to help you build your personal brand. Get out there and take kind action.
If it's live, they'll feel it.
On Kindness Rising, we bring you proven strategies and fresh ideas you can actually use. If you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
You'll see the bloopers and the genuine connections that make kindness contagious. We sometimes get into a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much my life made the list.
You can trust what you see right here is honest, respectful, and uplifting. Social impact organizations, and we always talk about them. Try kindness. It's way cheaper than therapy. You just made my day. Burnout doesn't crash in like a wrecking ball. It sneaks in. Late nights, endless screens, and that sense of always running behind. But here's the truth. Burnout isn't the end of the story. It's a signal, a nudge to reset with balance and kindness. Stick around for burnout stories and real tips, proven strategies to help recover when the inevitable burnout frazzle strikes. Welcome to Kindness Rising.
This is Kindness Rising.
Good morning, and welcome into the Fox Den. I'm Matt Rouff, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and I am here to help you wake up with a little hope, humanity, and heart. And today we are talking about burnout, ways to identify it, ways to recover from it. I'm going to be telling my burnout story. I'm going to be talking about the 7 different types of burnout, and we are going to find ways to help us avoid it, and when it happens, recover it from it. Welcome again to Kindness Rising. Did you know that there are 7 types of burnout? And no, one of the types of burnout is not from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Jeff Spicoli, hey bud, let's party. Later in the show, I will reveal them. Share your stories in the comments, because one of the ways to prevent and recover from burnout is talking about it. I'll be sharing my story too, but first, let's set the stage. Quick check into the comments. Lady Drew, welcome. You are always here. I appreciate you being here with hope and positivity to get your day started. We are getting up and after it here on Kindness Rising, and I am glad you're here with me. Did you know, I already said this though, but did you know that there are 7 types of burnout? I'm going to talk about them later. But first, let's set the stage. Here's what research tells us. The World Health Organization classifies burnout as an occupational phenomenon. We know it's much more than that, but they define it as an occupational phenomenon driven by chronic workplace stress that hasn't been managed. That means it's not you failing, it's your environment demanding more than it gives back. Psychologist Christina Maslach, she developed the Maslach Burnout Inventory. She's an expert in this area. She identified the 3 hallmarks: exhaustion, cynicism, and reduced effectiveness. Have you experienced those? I bet you have. Talk about them in the comments. SemX2, take off sunglasses. You're at home. Here you go, buddy. My sunglasses are off. I don't mind taking them off. The problem is I can't see without them. I could put these on. You like these better? I think they make me look a little old and stodgy. I've talked about it before, but I am here to have some energy and some fun. So, Sam, that's why I wear my sunglasses here. They are corrective lenses. I couldn't read your comment if I didn't have them on, but here they are. You are old. Yes, I am, Stacks De Niro. I am old, but I am not old in my soul. I'm 53 years old. I have no problem admitting that. And guess what? My life is just getting started, just like I am here at Kindness Rising. Stacks De Niro, stick around and see what old feels like. I appreciate you coming out, spending some time with us. No matter what your age, I hope you can get something out of Kindness Rising. Appreciate you. The American Psychological Association notes that burnout doesn't just hurt productivity, it raises your risk for depression, for sleep problems, heart disease, and even early mortality. So recovery isn't optional, it's actually life-saving. Here's the hopeful side. Recovery works best when it blends balance and kindness. That's what we do here on Kindness Rising every morning. And no, I am not trying to hold on to my youth. My youth, yep. I appreciate your observations about my receding hairline. Look at this. I even have a huge bald spot. I lean into it, buddy. Nice try, though. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Kindness is the way. Balance and kindness are the way to recover from burnout. Balance means pacing, pausing before the crash. Think about the jam band rhythm. Even in a long solo, there's a breath before the music builds. That's pauses and failure. It's fuel. Kindness means how you talk to yourself too. Instead of I should be tougher, I gotta tough this out. You say I can reset. That shift is subtle, but it's everything. Professionals agree that small, consistent resets, not massive overhauls, make the difference. Short screen-free breaks, quality sleep, honest conversations, and rituals of gratitude are more effective than any so-called hack. So step 1 is awareness. Step 2 is kindness. Step 3 is practicing balance daily, not when you've already hit the wall, but before.
They say this is the ultimate burnout cure.
Who says that? The pickle lobby?
Yes, the pickle lobby. There's a lobby for everything, isn't there? Perhaps Cal thinks there is a pickle lobby. But here is my story. I promised I would get to it. I've experienced burnout. I bet you have too, Stacks De Niro, if you take a quick look at your life. Lady Drew Bozier, I bet you've experienced burnout in one of the 7 ways we're going to be talking about later. Roseanne Rouff, Mom, you're out there. I know you've had burnout. I've seen it. We've experienced it together. Mike Sullivan, hello, welcome, welcome. Yes, Mom, I know we don't say old in our house. We say we're in a new stage, but it's okay. Age is just it's just a mental concept, right? We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing, and we keep playing right here at Kindness Rising. But I'm going to switch from play to something a little more serious, which is my quick story about burnout. What happened to me when I lacked the awareness, the skills, and the understanding of how burnout was affecting me. It's not a weakness, it's an imbalance. Your mind fogs, joy feels flat, and your body waves the red flags. And if you aren't aware of it, burnout can have serious consequences to your wellness. It did for me. Back in 2021, I let my candle burn out. Pandemic fueled craziness at my work in the hospital industry, combined with, honestly, a lack of awareness and a little bit of self-delusion that I could handle anything, led me to a significant burnout breakout. For months, I was choosing behaviors that only fueled the burnout, and I justified it as stress relief. Mostly it was the self-destructive path of mind-altering substance use in very unhealthy quantities. At first, they numbed the psychological pain of the job stress. I blamed it on the pandemic, on the isolation. But the truth is, the pain was deeper. It was a lack of connection to purpose that was underlying my misery. It was a blend of the types of burnouts I'm going to talk about, but my lack of awareness is what led me to that rock bottom that struck the moment of realization struck when my child looked at me and said, I don't want you around anymore because of your behaviors. That's a moment. That's a moment that makes you think. That was a catalyst for my search for purpose that led me into therapy and coaching that helped me realize that multiplying kindness and unlocking growth for other people was my super secret power. And that relit my candle and brought me to doing this show. That's my quick story of burnout. I appreciate everyone that's out here in the comments sharing your stories. It helps. It helps to share your stories. We've all been there. There's no shame in the burnout. The only shame is not working on the recovery. All right. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the 7 types of burnout. We all think of the burnout where we're all just doing too much and it's just crazy. That's called overload burnout. We all have experienced you running too fast, taking on too much. It's just, it happens. It happens. We all get caught up in what's going on in our world, and we just get overloaded. But here's a strategy. Set one boundary. Say no. Give yourself one interrupted block of rest. That will help you with your overload burnout. But there are 6 other kinds that we don't always talk about. One is the under challenge burnout. You're stuck or you're bored. This isn't working for you anymore. It's like the same thing over and over again. That is a form of burnout. Add curiosity to your life in order to avoid that. If things just feel like it's the same thing over and over again, you're just on that hamster wheel. Pick a small hobby or a project that sparks growth. Even 10, 15, 20 minutes a day will help. I use my keyboard. I play the keyboard. That's a way that I break up my boredom sometimes and the repetitiveness of life. I can play a different song, bring myself to a different world. I listen to a ton of music. Music always helps me break out of that feeling of boredom. I put on something with some energy. Maybe even dance a little in my kitchen or my basement or whatever, just to get moving. That's the under challenge burnout. Then there's the neglect burnout. That's one that I think that we don't talk about enough. It's that feeling of helplessness, like nothing you do matters. I know in today's world, we're inundated with so much noise, so many messages out there in the world that make us feel like we're helpless, like we don't, like what we do doesn't matter. But that's not true. What you do does matter. It matters to you. It matters to the people you love. It matters to the world. Ask for clarity or help. A quick conversation with a friend, a manager, a mentor, somebody like that, to say, I feel like nothing I do matters. I guarantee they will help you to see how what you do matters. And if you need someone to talk to, I'm here. I can help you do that. Don't forget to reach out. I'm glad to help. You got the worn out burnout. You've been grinding for so long, you just check out, right? It's not that you're bored with it. It's just you're just going, and grinding at the same thing over and over and over again, like water against rock over time. That burns you out. Celebrate your small wins to avoid that. Every little thing that you do that helps you to move to the next thing will help you to get up, get after it, and avoid that feeling of being worn out. There's the value conflict burnout. That's a really big one, I think, right? When we act or when we are doing things that aren't truly aligned with our values, at first they might feel good, or they might feel like, oh, it's something a little different. It's not the same old, same old. But when it's truly not aligned with your values, you're going to burn out on it fast. Realign outside of work. If your work clashes with your values, maybe you need to find another job, but also realign outside of work. Realize that work isn't the end all and be all. Volunteer, journal, connect with something that reflects who you truly are. There's compassion fatigue. A lot of us out here in the community, I know, are caregivers. I've worked with caregivers my whole life, 30 plus years in the hospital and healthcare industry, people who care. I know every nurse, doctor, therapists, administrators, we all went into the hospital and healthcare industry in order to do more for people because we cared about people. We had compassion and feeling, and eventually that compassion gives out and starts to get a little jaded, a little cynical. You've given so much that you just feel empty. Shift your strategy, shift your mind from giving to receiving. Schedule something that truly fills you up. And lastly, I want to talk about connectivity burnout. We all have it. We're scrolling on our phones. We're always on. We're never off. Technology, we're never off. We never just give ourselves a break from the technology. The systems are built to keep us there, suck us in, get us scrolling. It gets our mind off of what's really bothering us, perhaps. The strategy for that is make sure you have digital boundaries. 1 tech-free hour before bed or a no phone walk, something that gets you away from that noise and from that inputs. It gives you a little bit of break in your brain, will help you to avoid it. Joseph Moneyhun. All right, welcome. Preach. Am I preaching? I think that might be a supportive preach, brother. I hope it is. But if it's not, maybe stick around and we'll figure it out. I appreciate that you have come here to Kindness Rising. Get involved in the comments. We've got an amazing community out here that is building, getting up and getting after it every day with kindness, with hope and humanity and heart. I just named the 7 forms of burnout that are out there in the world. Which one sounds familiar to you? Naming it is the first act of self-kindness. Acting on it is the next. All right, let's check in on Cal and Stan and see what they're up to now.
I feel energized.
Well, you look fermented.
That Stan thinks that his pickles are going to help him with burnout, but really he's just getting pickled himself. That is just silly. All right, so we always talk a little bit about branding here. Personal branding, it's what we do. It's our business on Mornings in the Lab Network. You know we're here. Matthew Rouff, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, 7:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, and at 8 a.m. get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, where they're going to continue the conversation. But it's also a business. We are here to help you identify and work through your personal brand. If you want a show just like this one, we can help you go live. If you need some advertisements, some marketing for your business or for yourself, we can help you with that too. But here's the connection to branding. Burnout isn't just personal. Brands burn out their audiences too. They oversell, they overpost, they overpromise, and people tune out. Balance is the antidote to that. And we use the EATE philosophy, EATE program here, which is experience, expertise, authenticity, trust, and entertainment, the 5-ingredient recipe for your brand to stay steady. It's the rhythm that builds trust and longevity. Welcome here to Kindness Rising. If you're interested in working on your personal brand, if you are interested in just talking about it, I am here, Matthew Rouff, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, TikTok, all the places. you can find me, or you can email me. I'll give you my email. It is Matthew, Mattthew, at Babbel.ai, BAPL.ai. Please come see me, join me in getting up every morning with kindness, getting our day started, and working on our personal brands together. All right. Here's what research says about kindness being supportive of recovery. The only way to stop burnout is through self-awareness. Studies in the Journal of Occupational Health and Psychology show that people who regularly pause to check in with their emotions experience significantly less burnout. Self-monitoring literally acts as a self-warning system. Mindfulness-based strategy reduction, which was pioneered by a gentleman named John Kabat-Zinn. Perhaps some of you out there in the community know John Kabat-Zinn, has proven in dozens of studies to reduce anxiety, improve focus, and lower the physiological markers of stress. It's not complicated. It's simply noticing, breathing, and returning. It's so simple. And finally, psychologist Christine Neff's work on self-compassion shows that people who treat themselves with kindness instead of self-criticism recover faster from stress, make healthier choices, and bounce back more resiliency. Look for the little signs that might be a hint that burnout is about to catch you. You're snapping at small things. You're escaping into endless scrolling. That's one I do. I'm an escaper. Definitely a thing that I have to keep an honest look at for myself. And a body that feels tight, tense, or drained. Pay attention to your muscles. Are you tensed up? I do neck rolls to help me loosen them up. Here's the kicker. Noticing those signs is not weakness. It's wisdom. You don't recover by grinding harder. You recover by listening sooner, by saying, I see where I am. I see what I need, and I'll give myself permission to reset. That's not indulgence. That's kindness in action, and that's what keeps balance alive. Sir Drums, welcome. $1 gift donation sent. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the show. Keep coming out. 7:30 a.m. Check me out. Kindness Rising on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. If you're also listening to this after the fact, don't forget to subscribe and join us here at 7:30 a.m. every weekday morning. Okay. Let's check in one last time with our buddies Cal and Stan. Stan was drinking his pickle juice, thinking it was going to help him with burnout.
So brine doesn't cure burnout?
No, Stan. Kindness does. And water. Lots of water.
Okay, but let's add pickles too.
Out there, he's trying to help Stan, but Stan just wants to stay focused on those pickles. I don't know what they're thinking. Anyway, welcome back into Kindness Rising. Mark Kempf, I appreciate you. I saw your segment yesterday with Keith and John and the guys. I appreciate your approach to selling. Your wisdom was well received by me, and I know that it was well received by the rest of the community. Keep coming back. Keep joining us here on Kindness Rising. Keep showing up over at Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends at 8 o'clock. I promise you it will make your day better. All right. We haven't been listening to much music today. You want to add a tune? Let's add a tune. Here's one we haven't listened to in a while. Woohoo! All right. Here's your kindness compass. It's 5 research-based practices to recover from burnout, and there's science behind each of them. Prioritize your sleep hygiene. The National Sleep Foundation knows that adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep for optimal brain repair. Chronic sleep deprivation is directly linked to high burnout, anxiety, and impaired memories. Take your screen breaks, break from the screen, and you will have the benefits of reducing your burnout. Research in the Journal of Computers and Human Behavior shows that micro breaks away from screens, as short as 5 minutes, that'll improve your focus, reduce fatigue, and lower those stress hormones. Lean into social support. That's where burnout really gets diffused. Decades of data show that social connection buffers stress. People with strong support networks recover faster from burnout and even show better immune function. That's amazing. The mind-body connection. Set realistic boundaries. A 2023 study in Harvard Business Review found that employees who practiced firm boundaries around email and work hours were 40% less likely to experience burnout. And lastly, practice small kindness rituals. Research on gratitude journaling. It's something that I do. It's something that you should do. Think about the things that you are grateful for every day. That shows that people who jot down 3 small gratitudes each day report higher well-being and less burnout. They're not just theories, they're proven and they work. Balance isn't just nice, it's absolutely necessary for us to find our way in the world. Mark, you're welcome. Absolutely. Yep. It isn't grind, but caring sooner. Absolutely. I appreciate you, Mark Kemp. Welcome into Kindness Rising. All right. Let's get this music off. A little insight, that music is playing wicked loud in my ears and it's only slightly distracting. I hope it helps out there in the community because I'm here for you, but that is absolutely a reality for me, that that music is not just energizing, but can be distracting too. Here's your challenge for today. Pick one act of kindness for yourself. More sleep, fewer screens, a conversation that matters. Share it. That's the key, sharing. I really believe in it. When we share in the comments, when we share with the people that we care about, it helps. It just helps. It helps to reduce that, get it out of your brain into the world. And trust me, it will help you to recover, because recovery isn't doing more. It's about choosing balance in life. This is Kindness Rising. We're getting ready to head over to the big show, Mornings in the Lab, with Keith, John, and friends here on the Mornings in the Lab network. If you want to join the network, it starts by watching our shows, getting involved in the comments, and then reaching out to me, reach out to Keith, and we will help you get up and get after it with your own program or some ads or whatever you need. We are here to build a community and to help people rise with kindness and not hit the snooze button. Keith is up next. Sometimes burnout doesn't just linger. It greets us the moment we wake up. We're burnt out from the day before, and when we wake up, we're right back into burnout. Keith is going to show us how to do a morning reset every day, even on those hardest days. Simple, doable steps that prove balance isn't about having easy days. It's about learning how to start again, even when it's tough. So if you're ever needed a reset before your first coffee, get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, and they will help you do that. All right. Thanks for listening today. This has been Kindness Rising. I'm Matthew Rouff, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. You can find me on YouTube at Kindness Rising channel. You can find me on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram. Reach out to me. I promise I won't bite. I will help you in whatever way I can. Burnout isn't about being tougher. It's about self-awareness, balance, and kindness. That's what will help you recover. It's not a miracle fix. It's rhythm, it's presence, and it's giving yourself permission to reset. Thank you for joining me here on Kindness Rising. I appreciate you. I will be back tomorrow morning. I promise, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, here on the Kindness Rising channel on YouTube and LinkedIn. But the most important thing that you do every day, as I always say, stay uncommon and stay kind.